What is up, my people? Welcome back to another video. As you can see, we are looking at today's profits. We are up quite nicely on everything. We're trading 7 accounts here today. We've got profits ranging from 1,000 all the way down to 600. And yeah, these are all profits that we made on a whim, to be honest, just because we traded this morning. We had a good trading day in the morning in the AM session, and we stopped. We did other things, and then we came back. We saw the setup, we drew out the setup, and we took the setup. And because of that, we profited quite nicely. Can't complain about today. Very nice trading day. You can see the profits. And if you're looking for a community where you can learn how to trade, learn how to make profits like this every single day, and not throw away money willy-nilly, but know exactly when to enter, where to exit, consider subscribing. We share all this information for free, and we're sharing it with you for the benefit of your trading journey. So without further ado, enjoy this recap as I show you how I got to these profits. All right, to begin, we are looking at the 60-minute time frame. And just a little bit of heads up, I'm not super proud going back and looking at the way I traded. I took about 8 trades today, way more than I would prefer. But again, you know, on a day like this, price was very volatile. So we were just, getting into good positions and exiting quickly as well, because the way the volatility of the market was displaying today, we just didn't want to sit around and not take any trades, but at the same time we wanted to make smart decisions. So we did make smart decisions, and we'll go in a little bit more to explain why we took those decisions. So just looking really quickly, we have price here has created a high right here. Price created a high at 771. So in the beginning of the day, by the time I came onto the charts, we were looking at around a little bit past 9:30, more like 10 a.m. or so by the time I got to the charts. So I quickly was able to see that price was about dumping at this point. I don't think it was any surprise that the market has been in such a bullish cycle. So I was thinking, you know, we were going to look for some pullbacks, and then we're going to look for some longs. So I did see the market start to tank. It tanked all the way down past here. I initially had this as the most recent low right here at the 703 zone. So I had that marked down as the most recent low, and I saw price come in and start purging that low. So let's go down a little bit more. So on the 5-minute time frame, we see price come in and take out these lows at 703. These 7:40 a.m. Lows were created to the left here. Price came and purged these out. So that signaled to me that we might be looking for some signs of reversing soon here, because the range high was right here at 771. High was created, low was created. Well, low was created, high was created, and then lows were taken out. So at this point, I was thinking this might be a good opportunity to see price go back up here to the buy side. So unfortunately, we didn't see that happen, but when price started to come down into the sell side, we did see signs of reversing. I saw price come and take out these lows, took out some more lows to the left. We won't scroll back down there just now, but took out some lows to the left, and that's when I decided to take in my first entry right here. We took that entry all the way up to here at the end of this fair value gap for a nice little profit there, and that was our first entry right there. From then on, I was looking for little pullbacks because I still believe that price wanted to see these highs here, because again, we've just been in such a bullish market for such a long time. So I wasn't expecting for price to really start to send lower. So I was looking for buy opportunities. And so the next buy opportunity was around here, around this 725 zone. We can zoom in on the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, you can see price had a little bit of a pullback here. We were seeing price kind of look to this zone as for some support. It supported down here and started to continue in a bullish cycle. I saw this pullback. I saw price still wanted to continue higher. So I got in right around here, around this 714 zone, and price continued up to purge this fair value gap. Let me mark that out for you. Okay, so I marked that out. So price went ahead and from this pullback zone went and purged the highs of this fair value gap, and that was great. I took that. That was where we took our profits. So at this point, I intended to go in for a long right here. I entered right around here. Unfortunately, price was not ready and it took me out. Right here, we entered around this point. Price shot down lower and then it continued higher. So I was a little bummed. It took me out when it shot down lower right here. So it took me out of this position, but it was all right. It wasn't too much of a loss right there. So after that, we were still looking for some buys. So I got into a small position right here, took price up to this point, and I saw this rejection happen right here. And that is when we exited this trade for a small little profit right there. So at this point, I kind of zoom out and I see that price has just been creating some more lows. And at that point, that's when I switched to a sell, and that turned out to be profitable right here. In this area, the 699 area, we looked for some shorts. Price was going down here. It was being rejected atop these areas. We had a fair value gap over here. That price just looked like it kept on rejecting. So I took a short off of these highs over here and took price all the way down, added on some positions, and took price down to right over here. So that was a great little sell there for me. At which point I decided to take a break from the market, do other things. This was around 10:25. Went to edit some videos, did some other stuff, and then I came back to the markets. I came back in for the PM session, and if we look right over here, it's about 1 o'clock. This macro, I entered in on this position here. Let me zoom in. So I looked for some shorts here, saw that price was basically doing the same thing. We were in this, I believe this was a 5-minute fair value gap here. Price was, let me zoom out to that 5-minute. At this point, price had came down around 1220-ish, created this fair value gap right here that we noted. Price was coming back up into it and was kind of having trouble closing. So closing above halfway between this fair value gap. Price was not closing past here. This is probably not halfway. I'm just eyeballing it right now, but I measured it earlier while I was in the market to make sure it was halfway, and I saw that price was kind of bouncing off of this area. So it was coming up here, kind of being supported down here, but was having trouble pushing past this area. So I said to myself, well, a nice opportunity would be looking for a short off of the rejection from this fair value gap middle zone right here. And that is where I entered for a short. I took the short all the way down here. On the 5-minute, it looks kind of not the best on the 5-minute. All right, so on the 1 minute, you can see that an entry was taken right off of the middle line right here. Once I saw price come up here, it was rejecting to the long side. I got in on for an entry and I took the short all the way down here towards the end of this fair value gap zone right here. So that was the first trade I took in the PM session. I watched this price continue to go higher, and I saw that these previous highs in this zone, this previous high right here was taken. So typically, usually after a high like that is taken, you could see a little bit of action to the downside. So I entered right here on that buy side, purging that liquidity right there, and I exited right at the bottom of this move, and that was a nice trade. I had a decent size on that trade, so we got those in the bag. So we're pretty happy about the trading day today. The only thing that I would probably go back to journal is the amount of trades I took. Again, I took about 8 or so trades, and that is more than I would have liked to. Maybe I could have looked back and basically stayed in for a little bit longer for some of these positions, but I'm currently not okay with doing that. When I see the profit, it just only makes sense for me to go ahead and take a profit. But you know, as I develop as a trader, that'll probably be something I'm looking to do, staying in for some of these longer trades. But as of right now, I am okay making the profits that I'm making. I have a system, and the system works. So if it's not broke, don't fix it, as they say, right? So if you're looking for a community where you can learn from people who have been in the markets, who have watched these markets time and time again, and have been learning how to take money from the markets, you are in the right place. Feel free to subscribe. Leaving a like and a comment would do wonders for the algorithm, and I would really appreciate it if you did. So with that, I hope you really enjoyed the recap of today's trades, and I hope that you learned something from it, and we'll see you in the next video.